So I saw a little stat here that both employers and employees understand exactly just how good it is for you to take your vacation. And then, according to U.S. Travel Association in 2018, 768 million days of unused vacation time in 2018. 768 million days of unused vacation time, with more than 30% of those days forfeited completely, meaning they did not get paid out in cash for the time that they missed. Add to that the fact that over 50% of managers feel burned out, right? So they're not taking their vacations and now they feel burned out. Ernst & Young did a study that showed for every 10 hours of vacation time that an employee took, their year-end performance improved by 8%. So 10 hours of vacation, 8% increase in performance. And then lastly, in a study of 749 women, researchers found that those who took vacation less than once every 6 years were 8 times more likely to develop heart problems compared to those who went on their vacations. So a lot going on there, but just your thoughts and feelings on people not taking their vacation time, not even getting paid out on their vacation time, the increase in production if you do take that time, plus the health benefits. Just what's your raw reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, right off the cuff, the reaction I would have is, hey, take your vacation days, right?
Right.
For
Fine.
all the benefits that you just listed, right? But that does make sense to me, especially in American culture. A lot of people are very, very hardworking, which is, one of the reasons we've been able to create such an economic, beast in the United States. So it has been really, really great that we have this, culture of great work ethic, in the past, and that has kind of transferred to the future. However, we as a society have maybe failed to take advantage of some of the benefits that previous hard work has granted us, right? Now we have more flexibility, work from home, things like this, PTO that needs to get taken. And obviously it definitely does help your health, both mental and physical health, as some of those statistics that you pointed out would suggest. So yeah, take your vacation days. You have earned those. Those are part of your benefits package as an employee. And it's just like not getting, your 401k match, right? Because that is a part of your
Yeah.
overall
Good point.
compensation, part of your
Yeah.
overall benefits package.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally. Yeah, I'm on the same page. I have a unique perspective because I feel like I'm on both sides of that. Like I'm both the need. I need the vacation, but I also employ people like yourself, and I want both. Like I owe it to my clients to work my tail off, right? But I need those breaks to deliver the best, of me. And at the same point, like I need to get maximum out of you, right? But I know if you don't take those breaks, I won't get it. So I, both need to take them, but I really want you to take them because I want that, 8% increase in productivity if you get it. So anyway, thought that was good. What do you got for me?
So I saw a tweet accompanied by a meme that Sean's going to pull up
Yep.
here in a little bit. But as you can see, right, it's from the movie The Big Short. If any of you have ever seen it, you probably remember the scene. This is a investor. He runs a hedge fund, and he is coming into a city. I think this is in Florida, talking about all the potentially foreclosable loans, all the adjustable rate mortgages that were given out kind of like candy to anyone with a pulse, I think was an actual quote in the movie. So he comes into this establishment talking to this lady, and she explained to him that she has multiple properties, multiple rental properties, multiple condos. They kind of changed it for the society, the housing market we're in today. Basically saying that there's too many Airbnbs, right? Too many Airbnb millionaires that took advantage of that COVID boom of cheap real estate, and used that to create these Airbnbs where everybody had a ton of money. They were traveling, wanted to stay, not in hotels, wanted to have their own home when they were out on the road. But now, the question is becoming, with interest rates skyrocketing, with student loans coming due here soon, starting to be paid on again, at what point does the travel industry shut down enough to maybe burst this Airbnb bubble? that it might be. So I did have some statistics about just some major places in the world and how many Airbnb listings that each city had, which was super interesting. So there's 61,000 active Airbnb listings in the city of Paris alone, 43,000 in New York City, 81,000 in London, and 44,000 active Airbnb listings in the city of Los Angeles. So, you know, a big question is, right, is this contributing to the housing shortage, right? So a bunch of properties sitting empty for the majority of the year being used as short-term rentals. So that's a question I have for you, Sean, as well as what I talked about earlier. At what point does this bubble burst? What causes it to potentially burst? And, what effect will that have on the overall economy and the housing market?
Yeah, that's a good one. First of all, if you haven't seen The Big Short, go watch the video. It's a good one. It's funny but yet true and raw. And obviously, this meme is hilarious. Understanding, the scene of the movie. But I guess my first reaction is, I mean, this is classic reversion to the mean, right? And if you don't know what reversion to the mean is that you have your average. Sometimes you get ahead, sometimes you get below, but it always comes back to the average. And I see that playing out most likely in the next few years on travel, right? We fell way below average on travel during COVID, right? You couldn't travel. And now we're seeing way above travel, right? Which maybe creates the need for all these Airbnbs for right now. But again, eventually, as money becomes tighter in the near future, we got, as you mentioned, got to start paying back our loans. Maybe borrowing is getting more expensive. A lot of people borrow, especially in the commercial world, on adjustable rates. And when some of those adjustable rates come into play and they got to go from a 3% mortgage to a 6% mortgage, that's not going to feel very good. But eventually, yeah, I think travel will revert to the mean, in due time. And yeah, you're probably going to have a lot of these Airbnbs, whether it's the rate gets adjusted or there's not enough demand that people have to sell. And now you're probably going to have a flood of houses become available, and maybe does the housing market come back down. So yeah, I guess my reaction to that is, people were taking advantage, and you saw that all on social media, right? Oh, here's the way to get rich. You can buy a house with 10% down and Airbnb it, and you make the money, and then you get enough money to do another one and another one. Right? That was a big social media thing, right? So yeah, I think that's a reversion to the mean story. I would say that's how that's going to play out over time. Travel's going to come back to the to the average, if not dip below. And if it dips below because everything got tight monetarily across the globe, then those Airbnbs are going to be in big trouble. Big trouble.
Yep.
Do you have any last thoughts on that? Your own opinion on that?
Just pointing to what you said, picking out a little piece, those adjustable rate mortgages, right? How many of these Airbnbs were bought with adjustable rate mortgages? You hope for the owner's sake, not too many, because those payments are going to start, greatly increasing. But it'll be interesting to see it play out, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.